Right.
The way that intent works, are you kind of familiar with how it kind of what the kind of process is, what it is? Sorry. Better question.
You may explain in your words.
Fine. So it kind of works in a similar way to websites. So with websites, as
Mm-hmm.
you mentioned earlier, we're tracking the IP address of the individual that's doing the search. We can't give you the individual, but we can tell you when they're when they've hit when the organization has hit your website.
Mm-hmm.
With intent, it's slightly different. So, okay, way to describe intent. So if you are a prospect or you're an organization and you're looking for, invoicing automation software,
Right.
like one of your customers might be, what would the first thing you do is go online and start
Right. Search
searching?
for
Yeah,
players. Right.
exactly. So you start consuming content around invoice
Mm-hmm.
automation. You start looking at websites that are related to invoice automation.
Mm-hmm.
What you start doing is increasing the level of searching around that topic
Mm-hmm.
online. Okay. And what we're able to do is track that level of searching across the internet for all topics that you have selected here on the left-hand side. So as you
Okay.
can see, you've got automation there.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. These all
Right.
should look right. So what we're doing is tracking organizations that are showing higher levels of searching for
Of
those
searches.
topics than
Right.
normal, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's going to have a baseline of searching. There just is, organically, people search for things randomly. But what we're doing is tracking when it's a lot higher than normal.
Mm-hmm.
And what we've got here is the organization that's been doing that searching. And then we've got two ways of defining that. So the signal score is
Mm-hmm.
how big is the spike compared to historical
Okay.
consumption. And in this
Mm-hmm.
case, it's invoice management for Southend on Sea. And then
Mm-hmm.
we also track audience strength. So this is the number of different individuals in that company
Interesting.
who are searching for it. So
Uh-huh.
you can see it's slightly more specific than websites because we can track
Mm-hmm.
when lots of people are searching for it
Right.
from us from the same company. So what you
Mm-hmm.
can then do is start filtering a bit closer. So if I'm on here, I want to come up into the audience strength. Let's get rid of that. And then also come up, sorry, into the signal score and then also to
Right.
the audience strength. Because I want to see organizations that are really high on signal and really high in audience. So we want
Mm-hmm.
lots of this one, for example. So Pomeroy Construction, I've been
Mm-hmm.
looking at invoice management, we've got 100 on signal score and they've got full on audience strength. If I then,
Okay.
okay, so as we
Mm-hmm.
said, we now know we've got a list of organizations that are in the market potentially
Right.
for
Mm-hmm.
AP automation or invoice management. From
Mm-hmm.
here, we can do exactly the same thing as we did
Right.
with
And then filter
websites.
them. Okay.
Yeah.
What is the
So,
blurry thing in the bottom?
sorry.
What is the blurry thing in the bottom? Why is it blurred?
Sure. So the blurred thing is it's a separate product, although it's kind of the same. It's our kind of real time. So what you'll notice here is I've put the date range for the past month. You can also
Right.
go to the past week.
Okay. Oh, I see.
But
And this is like in minutes. Wow.
this is literally like 23 minutes ago. You know that someone from Kofax has been searching for X topic. Okay.
So
What
what
this
is the blurry thing? Why is it blurred?
it's blurred because you haven't got this on your account.
So what is
But
behind the blurry thing?
it will be the topic and the name of the
No.
organization.
Oh, okay. But I have the name. Oh no, that's the topic. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
All right.
So sorry, yeah, it's the name of the organization. So you can see the topics here,
Right.
but we can give you the organizations. That's like real time. So the whole basis of this is
Mm-hmm.
being able to give you guys insight into instead of hoping that a person or an organization is looking for invoice
Right.
management software,
Right. Right.
right? We're giving you information and intelligence about when people are in the market to buy. This is
Okay.
one of the most important things when you're selling is that companies are in that period
Right.
of the
Right. Right.
year
Right. Right.
where they're ready to buy. So what they're going to do
Mm-hmm.
is start looking at more things online around invoice management. They're going to be consuming more content, and this is giving you the insight into who those organizations are.
Right. Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that's cool.
Cool. So you
It's
can
almost
do
perfect. You know why it's not perfect?
the individual.
Because I see the icons of the people, and I don't know who are these people.
Exactly. But what you can do is reverse engineer it as you can with websites. So I'd be looking at
Yeah.
search for the companies, search for
Mm-hmm.
the contacts within these organizations that you normally target. you're going to have a
Yeah.
higher level of traction with these
Right.
companies because you
Yeah.
know they're already searching for what you do.
Yep.
What you can also do is, if you click on in this white space here, you can get a bit more specific about where the spike is occurring. So if I click on here, we can give you, again, we can't give you the individual, but we can say
Yeah.
this is the place it happened. We can give you
Mhm.
the date, and you can see there the consuming. You can see the number of employees, the revenue
Right.
size, etc. Go to the next one.
Right.
This one happened in
October
South.
14th.
I don't know where that is.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
this one's. So you can see we're giving you nearly everything. We can
Mhm.
give you the location. We can tell you that they're searching for more invoice management software or whatever.
Right.
But we can't
And
give you.
but then if I look down, you have recommendations of people
Yes,
of the. So is this and you assume that these are the relevant people?
that will be based on seniority probably. So be looking at the chief. So chief operations officer might be the person managing invoice
Okay.
management software,
Right.
or managing director. So these are senior people, but
Mhm.
these are recommendations. That there's no like intelligence here more than that though.
Okay.
What I would be doing is looking for, I mean, who I don't even know who would it be. Maybe your a CIO or a
Yeah.
CTO if it's technology.
Right. Right.
I'd be opening up these companies in
Mhm.
search, and then search for contacts,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then
Yeah. Yeah.
the filter for CTO.
And then in terms of the buying committee, can you explain some more on that?
Sure. So buying committee is something that you can set up.
Mhm.
So what this is basically is just a quick way for you to get to the right people. So it's effectively a shortcut for applying certain filters.
Okay, I see.
Yeah. So if you're just always looking for size of company,
Mhm.
industry, and I just want to look at CEOs or C-suite, you can have those, and you can just click on buying committee, and it will apply all of the filters that you normally use.
Okay, interesting. All right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna make it a bit more complicated now.
Okay.
But as long as you get the basic thing, because
Yep.
I'm on your account. So another aspect of what you guys have with us is workflows. Have you used those before?
No, no.
Okay,
Actually,
so
if I could automate exactly what we explained right now, right? Look at the website visitors, filter them, find the right people, that could be potentials.
yeah.
That would make my life easier.
Well, you've pretty much described exactly what workflows is. So we
Okay.
can use basically triggers. We'll take the example of websites and intent. So you can see here we've
Mm-hmm.
got an intent one and we've got a website one, but you can pick any other trigger. But these are good
Mm-hmm.
ones to have. So if
Mm-hmm.
I go try it, we can do exactly what you're describing. So when someone visits hypatos.ai from, and here's where I can use the company filters and select
Oh,
the type of
nice.
organizations I'm using.
Okay.
Preload those. So I want this type of company when they've visits Hypatos.
Mm-hmm.
And what you can do here is we can do schedule immediately, but you can do it to weekly here, and that's good because then you can put a minimum number of page views. Okay.
Say it again. Sorry. You can do
Sorry.
weekly, and
Yeah.
then.
So with websites, you don't necessarily want to be downloading contacts because they've been on your website once. Okay.
Yeah.
What you might want to do is say, I want to know when someone's been on my website 3 or 4 times or 5 times in 1 week.
Mm-hmm.
So by setting a scheduled weekly, you can say, I want them to visit Hypatos at least 5 page
5
views.
page views. Okay.
When that happens, that trigger, I want to discover 20 contacts.
Okay.
And then here's where you apply. You can select your buying committee if you wanted to. So I
Mm-hmm.
want you to find these individuals within those companies and export them into Salesforce. And then you can add or apply them to different users, as you can see here.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what you're doing is automating this, and you can have these running. You can have as many as you want running.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing I will say about it is it's going to be using your bulk credits rather than your individual credits when you download contacts. I would
Okay.
also say that you want to make sure you limit the number of contacts here.
Right.
So this is
Right.
really important because you don't want to just download hundreds or
Yeah.
thousands of
Right.
contacts. We want to keep checks on it.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure you limit the number of contacts that you're
Mm-hmm.
downloading, and then you can have this running in the background, and you'll get a notification, and we'll download the contacts and say, here you go, here's these number of contacts that have been on your website, and the company's been on your website 5 times this week.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's just some basic kind of automation. If I then go to, sorry, I'll go back to workflows. I'll just show you the intent one as well, so you can see it quickly. I'm conscious of time, but I'm going to crack on. So here's where you can select the topic. So for me, you might want to just be doing all the topics when anyone spikes on a particular topic, but make sure you apply, I want the signal score. So that's the spike, remember, to be between, oh, sorry.
Well, we usually do like what, 60 to 100 or?
I mean, I personally do higher, I'll be looking at
higher?
like 80 to 100 on both.
Okay.
Ideally
it's like,
you want to,
yeah, four or five people.
yeah.
Why is there a dash? Oh, this is 1 to 5. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So, and again, it's the same process here. So you apply the normal filters that you'd normally apply if you were doing an advanced search, so that you're getting the right people in the company that can that you'd normally prospect to.
Okay.
And that's all going to be automated. You can have as many as you want running at any time. You can be really specific with some. You might want to, do some broad and some really tight.
Yep.
So that you get, you might get fewer results from the tight one, but they're probably going to be a bit hotter leads. Does that make sense to you in terms of how to set that up?
Yeah, very cool.
So it's very simple. So we've covered websites and how to use that, and also intent, and then workflows to automate that process if you want to automate it.
Okay. What is the form complete?
Form complete is something that you don't have. Again, a bit like the streaming intent that you mentioned earlier. So what form complete does is it de-anonymizes anyone that visits your website. Sorry, that fills out a form on your website. So when you go on to hypatos.ai, or if I just go, let's just do it in real time. Why not? And then I go, oh, I really want a demo. Just give me a demo. You can see here I've got to do first name, last name, company name, email address, phone number, country, volume, and then where I found you, and then give my consent. So that's a lot of information.
Right.
What you get when you're on a website is what we call form abandonment. So where someone will come on here, go, well, actually, that's 10 things I've got to put down. I'm not actually going to bother with that. What form complete does is effectively we can reduce all of these fields down to just one, and that can just be the email address.
Okay.
So all it will say is, hi, person, just give us your email address. Press go, and then Zoom info in the background will find that individual, fill out all of the details that are missing here. Phone numbers, last name, personal email, business email, where they are, who they are, company information, and then that's the lead. That is the lead that then goes over to the sales team.
Okay, interesting. Yeah.
So it's about just reducing the abandonment of forms online.
Okay. All right. Okay, go back to Zoom info. Let's see. Well, enhance while we're at it quickly.
Yeah, sure. So enhance is basically just a way for you to
I know, to add data.
Exactly.
Like if I import, right?
Exactly. So it's about like filling in the gaps. That's the way to think of it. If I've got a list of contacts, let's say I've got a list of contacts.
Yeah, I actually used it. I used it in the past.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, so we can match. I mean, it kind of describes it pretty well here. So we can clean. So what you guys can do, which CRM?
Actually, transitioning to HubSpot.
Ah, perfect. So what? Okay, that's fine. So what you can do here is you could say, give me the data that's in my CRM in an Excel spreadsheet. I can click enhance and then upload that data into Zoom info. We will fill in any of the gaps that you have,
Mhm.
and you will have gaps. There'll be a lot. Everyone does, and
Yeah.
then we can give you back that file completed.
Yeah. No. Okay. Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
All
Anything
right.
else I can help with at all?
No, I guess I can continue exploring myself, but this is a really powerful. The intent and the workflow. It's
It
really
is.
cool.
So what this is doing is hopefully going to give you back some time. So obviously
Mm-hmm.
the hard bit of selling is finding out who you want to sell to, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is all about taking that away, automating as much as possible, but also
Mm-hmm.
letting you know when companies are ready to buy, when they're in
Right.
the market,
Right.
rather than you just knocking on the door of whoever it may be.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so in terms of your kind of involvement, then, are you kind of an individual within Hypatos? Have you got a team or anything around you?
I have. I'm working closely with a sales team, and I guess like the GM of the US. What are
Sure.
you asking in terms of
Um,
licenses or?
yeah, I'm just asking because I know basically you guys had 9 licenses with us, and
Really?
you've now got 3.
And
And
we
I'm
actually
just
need, and honestly, we need only 2 right now. No, actually, most of it is in Europe, I assume. We had to downsize a little bit. That's why you see the reduction.
yeah,
Probably a temporary thing,
okay,
especially like the US team.
sure.
Yeah, so that's why. Nothing personal.
No. There's no offense taken, of course. I was just curious if there are any other salespeople in Hypatos that might find what we discussed interesting or useful.
I'm gonna share it because this is powerful, and I'm not
Cool.
sure everybody knows about it. So yeah, I assume they will at some point, get some more licenses.
Perfect. Well, you know what? If you do need any, or you need me to show this to anyone else in the team,
Mhm.
if you think it will help, you know, sell the value of the platform, then happy to do that.
Cool, perfect. Sounds good.
Cool. All right, nice
All
one. It was
right.
good to catch up.
Thank you
Ron,
so much. Very helpful.
you're very welcome. I'll send you over the recording of
Record.
the video, and yeah, you got my details, so let me know if I can help
Okay,
moving forward.
perfect. Sounds good. All right. Thank you
Okay.
so much. Take
All right,
care.
cool. Have a
Bye
good
bye.
one. Bye.